Welcome to Hello Podcast with me, your girl Angelina, and I have a very, very special guest here with me today, Brenda K. Starr. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is like a whole moment for me because I've been listening to your music for years, and when Tony told me you were going to come on this podcast, I was like, holy shit, this is like a surreal moment.
I love that.
I love your stuff, and you just. Later on, we gotta
chat it up.
You just serenaded me before we fucking started, so I need that again later on.
I got you.
All right, so let's start out with some of the questions I have for you.
Absolutely.
So you're obviously you're a phenomenon. I mean, you've been doing this for a long time, and you've had such an amazing music career, including freestyle, pop, R&B,
and now salsa.
and salsa too, right?
Yes.
What haven't you done really? Literally,
I haven't done jazz.
Oh, well, I mean, you could add that down the road, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure you can definitely do that. Looking back, what do you feel has been the most defining moment of your entire career?
I mean, I would definitely say when I made the transition into Latin music because I didn't dominate the language. I started speaking Spanish. My mother's Puerto Rican and my father's Israeli, and he's Jewish.
Wow.
So for me, we always spoke English at home, but I knew Spanish, but I didn't know it fluently. After being released from Sony Music, I was offered a Latin record deal without knowing any Spanish.
Wow.
So the defining moment for me would be learning the language because I used to write words out in phonetic spelling and really overpronounce and practice watching the news. But getting a double Billboard award for my Latin song Por Ese Hombre was a very defining moment for me because I was recognized not only by radio and the public, but I was recognized in the eyes of the Billboard Music Awards, which is a very prestigious award to get.
Huge.
So it was something that I wasn't expecting, but I was honored to receive it, and it was a defining moment that all my hard work did pay off.
Yeah, I mean that's such a big moment, and when you actually found out you were getting that, like. Was your family, like, obviously everyone was like, holy shit, but like, look, the hard work paid off for you.
You know what? I didn't know I was getting it.
You had no idea?
Let me just tell you how the story went.
Okay.
I was on Sony Music, and they were switching presidents of the record label. And Oscar Lord was the president of the company that signed me. And he had gotten taken out of contract, means he was released, and he was no longer the president. So I did another album for them, which was just basically sitting there, and I was waiting to release it. But the album before, which was the one that got me nominated for the Billboard Awards, and when I got there, I realized that everything wasn't as hunky-dory as I thought it was. Everybody was staying at the Lowe's Hotel. I was told that the people that were running the award show were not going to cover my hotel. So all the hotels were sold out. So I had to stay in a motel because there was nothing available for me to stay in. Everything was sold out because of the awards. Then on top of that, I didn't feel happy with the dress I was going to wear. Oh. And I went to a store, Santini Mavardi in Miami Beach. But prior to going there and walking by there, I just felt like Celine. I was like, damn, I really want that dress, but I can't afford it. Like I'm here. I'm just going to use the dress I got, which was like about $150. I bought it at Nordstrom's. And I was like, I don't know if this is the right dress to wear. So how the story goes into receiving the award, I'm just going to give you a segue into it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I get to my hotel and I call Santini Mavardi and I'm like, hello, my name is London. I work with Lisa Vidal and Brenda K. Starr. We are here for the Latin Music Awards, the Billboard Awards. Unfortunately, they lost her luggage. We'd like to see if you would be honored to dress her for the Billboard Awards. And the lady's like, Brenda K. Starr? Of course, bring her down.
Oh my God.
So she goes, I'll have my assistant bring her down. So I end up going to the store. They fitted me. I got a free dress that was like about $2,500.
Wow.
The shoes were like $800. I paid $0, not knowing that I was going to win.
Wow.
So I had to take a cab to the Lowe's Hotel, and then there was a van and limos loading all the artists. I got in the van, and when I got in the van, I was taken to the center where everything was being hosted, the award show, and I still didn't have an idea of what was going on. All I knew was I was nominated. So they said the nominees for El Mejor Disco de Año means the best record of the year, trio, meaning like a trio, is La Ganadora es, the winner is, and they were like Brenda K. Starr.
Oh my God.
And I didn't even know I was going to win. So when I got up on the stage, it just felt so surreal for me because it went to show that just because I didn't have the money for the clothing and I didn't really
Yeah.
wasn't anticipating it, when I won the award, I was very emotional. And then I said, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, I want to thank the fans for believing in me. I want to thank my mom for always keeping me strong. And I just want to say it goes to show it doesn't matter where you come from, your dreams can be a reality. And I said, this is to all the people in the projects, Wise Tower, because that's where I was raised, in the
Yeah.
Wise Tower projects. Then all of a sudden I was getting ready to walk away and they said, don't leave, we have something else. And I also won another Billboard Award on the same moment that I was on the stage for the best female vocal on a song. And I won that as well. So
Wow.
I got 2 awards in the same day.
It's amazing.
On the same stage without even realizing it. But yeah, it was amazing because it really just clarified that all the hard work that I did put into it, not knowing Spanish, not having the right outfit, not having the best team behind me, and basically doing it on my own, that if I was very persistent, persistence is prevalence, and I just never really gave up. And I got to win, and that really was gratifying for me.
And that's amazing that you say like you didn't have the dress and like
No.
like you see what I'm saying, like it's crazy to me like that people think that they have to have the most expensive this and expensive that, but look, you went out and you didn't need all that. Even if you were going to wear the $150 dress, you still would have looked beautiful.
Right.
And you still would have got those awards. So
Right. I think the thing that most caught my attention was I did like the dress, but I didn't love it. But after seeing everybody coming in with, like, we had to go do press at the Lowe's Hotel, and I saw people coming out of limos, and they had carts and trails of like clothing and wardrobe, and I was just like,
yeah.
what they're wearing, I kind of felt like Cinderella, like, why? Like, I don't have the right stuff. This is not good. So I just looked at my manager and I was like, I got to get another dress. Like, this is not going to work for me. And I'm glad I did that because I felt like Cinderella when I got on that stage. I felt like Cinderella on the red carpet. And it didn't matter that the guy that signed me wasn't there. It didn't matter that I didn't get to stay at the best hotel. What matters was I was there. I won the 2 awards. I was able to push to prevail. And it just made me feel like, you know what? No matter what circumstances I have to face, I have to believe that with all the bad, the good will come out. And that's what I've done for a majority of my career until now.
That's amazing. Because a lot of people, like, they don't push and push. They just say, all right, well, if it's not going to work out, then I'm not going to go. Or like, you know, they just let things get to them. And then like their whole day's ruined, but it didn't ruin your day. It didn't ruin anything. And look, you won 2 awards. That's that exact day. That's crazy. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. I love
that.
excited.
I want to watch that video. That you have a video of it?
It should be on YouTube.
I want
Brenda
to
K
see
Starr
it.
winning the Billboards, the Billboard Awards for Best Trio and Best Female.
Congratulations. That's
vocal.
such a big thing. You know, it's a congrats.
Thank
No one could ever say that they like. I mean, you know, obviously, but you are like been in this industry
I've been
for
doing
years.
it for a long time. I mean, I started out in English, so
Yeah.
like I have What You See Is What You Get. I was in the movie Beat Street, and you know, for me to know that there were a lot of no's in the English at one point in my career, I wasn't expecting to do Spanish because my goal was to continue singing English music, but it just didn't work the way I thought it was going to work. And I believe that God puts us in a situation for other reasons that things can prevail differently.
Yep,
And
believe
because
that
there were
too.
so many no's in trying to go to another record company, I end up writing songs, and I work with Dance Floor Distribution as a songwriter. And I was offered to go to Midam to Cannes, and that's where a Latin company offered me a Latin record deal or even a meeting for that. So it's like, you know, a lot of no's in the English at one point, because now I have my own record label and I put my own records out and my own English music, and it still does really well. Thank God that now we're dealing with all these social media platforms. We don't have to depend on a record label.
That is true. So tell me a little bit more about your own record label now.
Okay, so
How'd you start that?
how I did start it was because I just did some work on like how can I put my own music out? You know, I'm done with trying to send demos, and not even demos, sit down with A&Rs from record labels and to see what they can do for me. So what I did is I just started writing and working with producers, and I just created an LLC, started my own record label. I initially started opening my own music school. It was Starr Entertainment, and I started teaching voice, and I started working on writing songs and working with different producers. That I was bringing a lot of my students into the studio, and I'm like, look at this, I'm creating like
Yeah.
music for them. Why not just create my own record label?
Smart.
So I sat down with my husband and I said, I want to open my own record label. And we did all the legwork and we started sharing it with different sites. And that was the light bulb for me that, wow, social media can really expose your music and you don't need a record label. And a lot of radio stations weren't playing as much music anyway because everybody was going on their phones, through the internet, DJs. So I created my own record label. And I just started placing music and putting it out, and people were downloading it, and my streams were going up. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to depend on anyone anymore. I'm going to own the masters, the rights, because when being with a major label like Sony, Atlantic, Mirage was an independent distributed by MCA. I was on Epic Records. They owned my rights. So
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that too. They own back in the day, they used to own your rights.
well, they do, and they did. But I went back, and since then, I've re-recorded a lot of my hits. Till today, I'm still re-recording my stuff. I just re-recorded I Still Believe. I'm re-recording Keep It a Secret, Love Me Like the First Time, No Matter What. I've been re-recording all my Spanish to own the masters. And everything that I have done, I have put on my own record label.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and I learned that with time because at the beginning, everybody's so anxious to get a record deal, and they're like, I want to be a singer, I want a record deal, I want a record out, but you're pretty much selling your soul to the devil. You're not really winning the money or gaining the money that you deserve in terms of earnings. They're taking
Almost half of it, more than half
more
of
than
it.
half,
More than half. It's got to be.
Half. Oh well, I'm helping you, so I get 60, you get 40.
How does
or
that
I
even
get
make sense?
No,
It's so not right.
it's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. That's why when I created my own record label and I work with individuals and I put records out on my label or I write songs for them, if I write it, I get writers. If we co-write, we work on splits. We deal with producers. We pay the producer. If it's coming from you and you're the person who wants the record, you pay the producer and we co-write it. You get publishing, you pay the producer, that's yours. Until the money makes it some earnings back, then you get your streams. So it's like with record labels, they could send you a bill for 100. I mean, as an example, I got a bill from Atlantic Records, $197,000 for my first album. That's not true. That's not true.
What the hell?
Yeah. So to date, I had to get a lawyer to get me out of it, to abolish everything. And now I'm finally receiving my royalties because there's a lot of laws now in the music industry that, they're not allowed to keep your rights. They're not allowed to keep your publishing. It's your body of work. So,
Yeah, I don't know why they ever made it where they were allowed to keep all those years back in the day. And
well,
even
they've done
now
it with everybody. They've done it to Tina Turner. They've done it to Marvin Gaye. They've done it to Anita Baker. They've done it to plenty musicians and artists as well. But now because it's so out in the open in black and white now, we're beginning to learn as artists, songwriters, producers, what the game is really about. And there's so much material online that teaches you. So for me, I'm always engaging with different seminars and learning more every day just because I don't want to, our music is our legacy and you want to be able to, when you die, your kids get the streams. It goes down to them. You have sound royalties, sound exchange. So, that's really what's important for me to learn more about it, opposed to just going out there and making a record.
Yeah, like back then, social media wasn't a big thing, and we didn't have the computers, the internet, so everything was shaded. Like nobody knew half the shit that was going on behind the scenes
at all.
But now everything's out in the open, like you said, so people can't get away with as much,
right?
Which is good for the artist.
Very good for the artist.
Finally, right? So I'm really happy. This is all good stuff. You sung both in English and Spanish, like you said. How does the creative process differ from when you're recording in each language? How did you, I get it's Spanish and English, but...
I think
What is your
English is obviously a lot easier because it's my primary language.
Yeah.
But I think with the Spanish, I mean, I love English music and I'll never abandon it. I'm gonna sing English music till forever. But I think the creative process of Spanish is it's all live instrumentation. It's not done through the
Okay.
computer. It's not like MIDI sounds. It's not like an EDM vibe. Like you could do EDM pop and still do everything through the computer. But with Spanish, you have to hire live musicians to come in. For me, the process for the Spanish, I felt was only harder because of the fact that my Spanish is very New Yorican. Like I have a very I used to say amor. And they used to be like, no, it's amor. So you would have to roll the R's. So I would write every single song in phonetic spelling. But thank God for my 6th grade teacher, Mr. Shapiro, because he taught me about phonetic spelling. And I would write the words so that I can pronounce it correctly.
Okay.
And it dealt with having to have my mom help me with the translation until I can master the language to the part that I knew what I was singing about. So my mom would take the songs, and they're in Spanish. She would translate them for me
Oh, it's so nice.
and tell me what I was singing about. And I could feel the lyric and know that the lyric, like when I sang herida, herida is hurt in English. In Spanish, it's herida. So when I sang that song, just ironically, when I first heard it, I was like, I gotta do this song. And it was about a woman that she doesn't know that she met someone, and from the very first day she met him, she knew it was love at first sight. And then they end up breaking up and she was left hurt. And it's a song that was so heartfelt that when I heard the ballad version of it, I told my mother, you have to translate this. This is the first one I want to do. It's the first one. And it happened to be the hit. But
Wow.
I had to write everything from English to Spanish, work on pronunciation, and I would be with my earbuds. And at that time, I had earphones, the headphones, the Walkman. I used to sit at the pool when I was in Puerto Rico, just listening to the song,
Over and over.
over and over and over and over again
Wow.
until I could remember it, almost like a part in a movie. And then I would refer back to the lyrics in English to remember what it was about. And then I would go into the studio record. So it was a process, but honestly, I think it was the best thing I ever did because I think it's so important, it doesn't matter what your nationality is, to try to be bilingual, trilingual, because it's just a form of, work, but it also is an opportunity to branch out and try other things because you won't know unless you try.
That is true.
I think if I would have just stood on the bandwagon with, oh, I want an English record deal. Oh, I want to get signed. Oh, nobody wants to sign me.
Yeah.
Because of the controversial stuff I went through. But I think when offered the Spanish deal, I was just so hungry to learn because this was my livelihood. This is really all I knew how to do. I was a young kid. I was 14 when I started working in the music industry. I was in the movie Beat Street. Then I started releasing songs. I didn't get my first record out till I was 17 because I was in the middle of a contract, a production deal, and I was offered a deal with a label. So in order to coordinate it both, I had to bring the producer from the production deal into the contract with a label. Yeah.
And you know what that means.
It was a lot of fighting, but it worked out. So I did do the English, but I just think it's important to have that underneath your belt so that you can be able to be versatile with your music and not stay in a box.
And then also you learning that language also. You can go to Puerto Rico and and you could speak. Conversate. That's a big thing too. I always wanted to learn. Actually,
it's never too late.
I took Spanish in high school. I remember that, and I took French for a little bit. But I was like, I don't love the French, but I like the Spanish.
But you know what you can do, which
I took sign language.
Yeah, but you know what you can do. If you go on your phone and say, Siri, how do I say, I want love in Spanish? She'll turn around and say, Yo quiero amor. So you would keep practicing. And I think that, that's what we have today that we didn't have then. We'd have to sit there with books. See, I'm not book smart. Like, you can't stick me in a class.
Either.
Like, I hated school. I
hated school, especially math. I hated math.
I hated math. Math was my worst subject.
Math was my worst subject.
Thank God
fucking hated it. Oh,
thank God for the calculators we had back in the day. I used to get in so much trouble.
I used to not even know how to use the calculator. I'm like, what do I do here? I was bad. I was bad.
But you know what? Hence why it's so important now, because back in the day, I didn't know. My mother didn't know anything about a record deal. And when I got the record deal, they took so much money from me. from down to my business manager stole so much money from me. I was
What a
not
sin.
educated with money. I just, here, it's in a business account. I'm going to invest it. So much money was taken from me. But it was because I wasn't educated with math. And my mother was busy trying to make ends meet. But yeah, I wasn't very, that's why God gave me a voice.
Well, yeah. So then now it's like, you can keep going, obviously, and that sucks. I've been robbed by people in my past too, but you live and you learn, right? In this industry, you have to live and you learn.
And you learn how to take control of what's
Yep.
yours. So
I've
now I
learned a
run and
lot.
control my own money. I pay everybody.
That's
You
what
gotta
I
get
do now
paid.
too.
Yeah, no,
I
don't
used
let
to
nobody
have,
get the money
wait,
first.
I used to fucking do that, and I was filming the show, and this freaking guy was like, the whole summer goes by. I'm like, where the fuck? I'm like, maybe he didn't get paid for my show. Fucking lo and behold, he was cashing all my checks because it was under his name
for more money and paying
he
you
robbed
less.
me. And I could hardly even get the money back because he already took it. And what was I going to do? Hire a lawyer to litigate that is so much more money. But if I didn't catch it at that moment, he would have kept doing it.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, do. I was like, going down the shore. But this is what these fucking people do. It's crazy.
That's why it's important to have
It's crazy.
It is. And it's important to have like an LLC and have them write a check to your company. So then that you can pay for people who work for you. Because for me, I used to have agents say, yeah, I'm going to book you. I got a show for you. It's for $4,000. Meanwhile, they're charging $9,000.
Yeah, and then they'll give you that. Wait, did they do this? They give you their paperwork because it's their. I fucking do you know how many freaking booking agents I fucking found out. But and then on the letterhead it would say, "Oh, she was getting 4,000, or 5,000." One time I went into a club. I'll never forget this. I said to the owner, I said, "Can I ask you a question?" He's like, "What?" I'm like, "What am I making tonight?" He was like, $11,000. I was like, "Really?" Like, well, I thought I was making 5. I turned around, I fucking flipped out on that. I mean, like, not only was he taking 20% off my 5,
off the 5,
but he was taking the other one.
I was double dipping.
He must have did this for fucking years because I
had a manager who did that.
Fucking assholes, man.
He was charging both the clubs for flights, hotel, and then he was charging more money.
Yep.
And I did the same thing. I says, do you have a copy of my contract? Because I don't have it and my mom has to pick up the rest. I call my manager and I'm like, how dare you? He's like, are you in the club now? I said, I sure am. You're ripping me off. I ended up firing him.
Thank God.
But that's what taught me how to stay in control of my business.
Yeah, you always
have to make it a business.
You always have to make it a business. I have an LLC as well, and I'm not going to do anything unless I'm getting paid first.
You direct to your corporation,
and then I pay out.
Right.
Exactly.
The percentage. Exactly. That's a
because
great
I'm
way
not
to
doing it the other way anymore. I don't care if I love the person. I don't care if that person's my best. It doesn't matter.
Business is business.
Business is business.
Business is business.
See? We went through a lot
on
of
the same page, girl.
Yeah. Oh, God. So anyway, but fuck those people.
Yeah.
I love the freestyle, though, with you.
Do I.
So what was it like navigating the freestyle scene in New York, like during the 80s? I was born in 1986.
Okay.
So I really wish, I swear, I say this all the time, I'm like, fuck, I would have been so happy just like dancing and living in the 80s in that way. I was a baby when I was born in the 80s. Like, shit,
It was.
It must have been a time.
It was amazing. I can't tell you, like, from touring with George Lamond, Lisa.
I love George Lamond. He was on my podcast.
Yeah,
so
he's
nice.
amazing.
He's such a good guy, man.
He's an amazing
I
guy.
love him.
We did a song together called No Matter What. And it was, you ever heard that song?
No, I probably did.
No matter what the world may do to us.
I think so.
No matter what may try to
No matter what you guys are on, you guys are going to kill it, so.
So we did that song, and it was a very, very big record for us.
I love that.
And we got to tour with, like, New Kids on the Block. But on the freestyle end, we did, like, 1018s. We did Heartthrobs. We did Devil's Nest. I mean, we were in Florida every weekend. Niobe, Sapphire, TKA, Judy Torres, Cynthia, Lizette Melendez. Like, we're all a family. Like, we all go away. And Cora.
That's nice.
And it was like, we grew up together. So it's like, we were like brothers and sisters because 90% of the time we were on the road together.
That's
we had
awesome.
Norby Walters, we had Betty Troy, Sal Abatello, Vito Bruno used to do some of the bookings. So we had famous artists booking us. But it was like a family. It was like a family. Like, I remember I know me. I used to be one of the artists who used to always be like, oh, I'll go shopping with you. I hope you can borrow this. Let's do this. Like, we would always exchange ideas for outfits. Alicia used to go on the road with us.
That's nice.
But it was definitely a time to be had. I mean, I would never change it because I felt like I don't know. I feel like freestyle is such a unique type of music, and I feel it can never be duplicated. Like
It can't
I think
be.
the old school. I love the new ideas people are coming with now. I mean, I just did a new one, but I feel
It's
like
never gonna
it's
be
not as
freestyle. I'm
nostalgic as
sorry.
the old
No.
ones. So it's like even Over and Over is a song I had on one of my albums that Pajama
Yeah.
Party redid, and I just feel like when I listen to people do our old school stuff, even though Pajama Party did a great job, but I'm saying like the people that are performing it now, it's not discrediting them because I feel that
you're
everyone
not.
has space
Yeah.
to be able to perform, and if they have the love for the music, that's great. But I just feel like the old school, like George, Coral, TKA, and more, Nelson Fast Forward Cruise, like all the groups, all Cynthia. I don't know, Judy. I just feel like that was the era. We used to do Hot 103 parties at the Palladium. It's just something
The Palladium,
that
oh
I
my
remember,
God.
yeah, and Studio 54, Xenons.
Studio 54. I was too young for that though.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I used to go to what's that place called in Brooklyn? Oh fuck.
Palettes.
No. It used to be called Pastels.
Oh yeah, pastels.
Yeah,
I
and
had
then
the right letter.
I actually got casted for Jersey Shore, but it wasn't called Pastels anymore. It was called something else. It was still pastel. It was still the same place, but
Right.
they bought it, but somebody else bought it. But that's where I got casted for Jersey Shore. So
Yeah?
I'm like,
Oh my God,
isn't that
that's
funny?
crazy. Yeah.
But you used to go there all the time and like
I used to go to all those clubs. I mean, I
That was the
started
shit.
at my record, like I said, like 16, 17, it was when I started playing all the clubs. But
Wow.
I mean, I was young. Like people were trying to get fake IDs to get in the club, and I was in the club. I was on the stage. So
I had a fake idea. I'm not gonna lie to the world.
I did at the beginning because when I wasn't working and wanted to get into clubs. But to be honest with you, because of who I was fortunate enough to be like, oh my God, that's Brenda K. Starr.
They were like,
come
oh,
in.
Rope,
She could come in.
She
Oh
could
yeah,
come in.
VIP all the time.
Well,
Praise
once
God.
I got to know the bouncers, they just let me in. But like, yeah, I was
She a pretty
very
little
young.
face. They'd be like, we're gonna let her in. She's cute.
So
Pretty
cute.
girl.
Thank you. I just love all that. The club scene back in the day though was so much better. Like you can't.
Yeah.
That too. Like the music and everything. The club scene.
No worries,
At least I got
no
to deal with a
care, no
little bit.
fighting.
No fighting.
Nothing.
Yeah, I didn't have
Everybody
to
just
think
had
of a
great
guy
time.
putting like something in my drink. I don't know. That probably
all.
happened, but it didn't happen like that.
Yeah, but you know what? I also remember that we used to dance so much. From the
The
moment we got
dancing.
there, we were sweating when we walked out the door and went
That's
and grabbed
another thing.
breakfast. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, I loved it.
I mean, listen, I didn't have as much time as like you did, but like I had a few years, like a lot. Well, I had like 10 years of that. I used to go to Pasha. I used to walk out like, I don't know, people going to church. I'm wearing fishnet stockings, walking on down. I'm like, all right, it looks like who did it and ran. I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry. You hear the church bell ringing. I'm like, I sinned today, Father.
Father God.
I was like there all night, literally.
Yeah, that was me. I used to go to the clubs and then after,
love it.
even when we didn't work, we would go to the tunnel as well and hang out and then leave
tunnel.
the tunnel and then go to Jersey Shore and hang out on the beach and break
Jersey
night.
Shore.
We used to go to Seaside and just break night and hang out.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, that used to be
that's
my
part of your stomping grounds.
Yeah. See.
But see, I was there before you were even probably involved. Well,
know.
obviously, I'm older than you are, but
You look great, please. When I found out your age, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I wish to look like you. I mean,
thank you.
we're not that far apart anyway.
Yeah, we are about 27 years older than you.
Dan, so look like you. If I don't look like you, I'm literally going to be like, can I look like her with my plastic surgeon?
You got beautiful hair. You got beautiful
Thank you.
skin. You take care of yourself. You know
I'm
what?
trying.
I think you do. I could tell you have beautiful skin. You glow.
Thank you.
But
Not always, but
yeah, no,
it's
you
hard.
do always.
Being on
Remember.
camera is hard with all the makeup and stuff, and the stress.
You know what? And I get that because I'm in the music industry, and there's days that I look so much older than what I am because I get stressed out. But I find, there's a lot of regimens you could do. Like, I had someone tell me about, like, people do Botox and stuff. I've done it before. Don't get me twisted. But I had done something where I did a filler under my eye, and it left me a really bad scar. So what I did is I started using Tux, and I put the round pads underneath my eyes.
What the hell's Tux?
It's for hemorrhoids.
Wait,
Yeah, girl.
it's called Tux?
It's called Tux.
Why did I hear of
Isn't
this?
it called Tux D?
Wait, is it called? So you
It's
put
called
that
Tux.
cream underneath your eyes?
It comes in a cream, and it also comes in like round pads. So I
Wow.
take the round pad and I bend it over and I put it on my eyes, and it's to alleviate swelling and puffiness.
Wow, how long you leave it on for?
I leave it on for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Before you
can
do your
leave it
makeup and stuff?
Before you do your makeup. If I
See?
tell you, it just leaves it nice and soft.
You would have never known that.
People
that
put
hemorrhoid
collagen.
cream.
Yeah, it's hemorrhoid cream.
That's
Serious.
insane. Like,
People do all. It's a lot of different regimens.
see things that people wouldn't know.
Right. People like collagen creams. Vaseline is probably one of the best creams for your face.
That's true.
Vaseline. I've used that and a lot of coconut oil. Coconut oil.
We just said it at the
all
same
the
time. I bought that shit like not too long ago, and I'm like, you know what? Because I pick from like always being stressed, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And I bought it from Vitamin Shop or whatever, and I just put it all over my face. I went to sleep. It's kind of shitty because your hair gets in it, but like you have to put it.
Yeah, you have to put your hair back.
I woke up and I'm like, wow, it feels so good. You know?
You have beautiful skin.
Well, for now, today, because usually I don't, because I'm a picker. But you have beautiful skin.
Don't be picking. Girl.
And it's great that you didn't like do anything to your face either.
No, not yet. But I am.
You don't
I'm about
need
to
it.
do this.
You could just do something for that.
I'm gonna do something for the jowls, but I'm kind of waiting because you know what? I don't wanna do anything that is gonna take away from what I really look like a normal. Like I've seen people do it and they don't look good.
I'll bring you to my guy. He did all of it. Like he's the best, and he won't charge you anything.
Yeah.
He's in Jersey.
I'm a chicken.
No, I'll hold your hand. You'll get nuns. I'm not. He's the best. I'm not just saying that.
I'm gonna go to him when I'm almost 60. How that sound?
All right, good. 60. You don't even need it right now, but whenever you want. I got your number now. I texted you.
You got me.
Okay, so you're working on new music.
Yes.
And you're touring. Any other projects that are coming out that you can share with us? Obviously, do you want to share a little bit of your new song?
I do have a new Spanish song coming out called Fuera de mi vida. It's called Get Out of My Life. And I also have a couple of other Spanish songs like Soy Otra Mujer, which is I'm a different woman, Quédate, Stay. So I did my first whole full Latin album since maybe the last 8 years. I haven't done a full album, so I'm getting ready to I'm hoping to release the whole album by October. But I just finished writing and working with my producer, Rich Ahe, on a new song called Set Me Free. And I love it. It's a woman empowerment song. But then again, it could be a song for even men to be in a relationship where they want to be free from the pain. But my version was to set me free from all this pain. Let me breathe, don't speak my name. You said you love me, but not the way I need. I held you, you held me close, but clipped my wings. We had a spark. It set me free from all this pain. Let me breathe, don't speak my name. You said you love me, but not the way I need. Held me close, but clipped my wings. We had our time, yeah, we had our spark. I was fading in the dark.
Wow.
But now I'm asking, baby, please, just let me be. I want to spread my wings and fly, touch the stars, light up the sky.
Damn,
no more hiding who I am inside. It's my time, so let me rise, set me free.
Wow.
Let me go. Set me free, you never know what it meant to carry me. Now I rise, now I'm free, let me be. Yeah, set me free.
So it's like dance.
And it's a dance record.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to do it in EDM, house, pop, and, just kind of mix
you
it.
get you can go all the way up with your notes. I need to learn how to do that.
Drop your jaw.
I need to do some vocal lessons with you.
If you say,
I'm
set
not kidding.
me free,
I think
let
sometimes
me go. If you do that, you go open.
How do you go on stage and not do this thing? Like I do this with my hands sometimes. Like, you know how Mariah Carey does it?
All the time.
Like she does it like that. I think for her to remember, like, okay, the notes like this and whatever. But I don't want to do that because I feel like an idiot. So
when you're using it, everybody sings with their hands. I always do that with my hands.
But is that for the range? Is that why you're doing it?
I just do it because it's part of my emotions on stage, how I perform.
See, no, I'm doing it because I'm trying to remember. All right, like
where the key is at.
Yeah, where the key is at. That's what I meant.
Where the key is at.
So I have to learn to not do that so much.
Well, what songs do you sing? Like, what's anything from what you sing?
So we're almost done with the song's done, okay? But we're working on with Jonathan Peters the dance version of it, and it's about my life, and it's just like about how. I felt like I'm not good enough, and why don't you just accept me for who I am, and like, why are you not? And it's almost like, just let me be who I want to be.
Where are you recording it at?
We recorded it here.
Okay. Did you finish it yet? Like all the vocals?
It's called What's It Gonna Take?
Did you do all the vocals already?
We already did. I have to do the vocals again.
I would love to come and help vocal coach and come in the studio.
I would love that because Tony's been vocal coaching me. But to hear a woman's
very
side
much
of it,
so. I do that a lot.
Tony, no offense, like he's great.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear, like, to learn from a woman's point of view and how you do it. That would be great.
I would love that.
Because you get to you go up, like you could hit those notes that I can't hit.
And if you can't hit them, there's also alternative notes. So instead of going on a higher note, like when I did "Set Me Free, Let Me Go," that you could just "Set me free, let me go." You could drop your. It shows you how to drop your jaw in certain ways so that your larynx opens.
I see.
And I could just work with you and show you like what to do. But I love helping and going in the studios.
I love that.
I do it with a lot of female artists, and you know, I think it's always good to have, like when I get demos and they'll send me a song and it's something that I don't write, I'll tell them, send it to me with a female vocal. Like I don't want a guy's vocal because I like to see what their idea sounds like and then take that and embellish from what I'm listening to.
Okay, I see.
So if I listen to your song and I'm like, okay, I think this would be a great idea. I think you should go higher on this note. It's not how high you go, it's how you project the song and how the emotion is within the song. There's a lot of songs that are lower.
Mine's
like
a little bit
Cyrus has a lot of low songs that sound amazing. It's not about how high you go, but it's how you feel the song.
Yeah, and then we want to do another song, about just how the queen of the drama on the show. It's like part of, because that's the character I play on the show. So it's like, queen of the drama. I'm not going to admit that I am, but I'm going to just be like, all right, I'll embrace it though. Like, let's just fucking say I am, right? Yeah. So queen of the drama, why? Like, and that's basically the next song that we're going to start writing.
I'm dying to hear it. Oh, that's something you want to write?
Yeah, that's something that I do want to. And then, but the song right now, what's it going to take? Like, what's it going to take for you to respect me? What's it going to take for you to actually love me? Relationships.
I wrote a song like that.
Did you?
Called "When Will You Love Me?"
Wow.
Tell me when, oh, when will you love me? When will you be the one that I dream of? Oh, you used to hold me faithfully, and it felt right. You said that you love me, that you never leave me. But I guess it's all a lie, oh, tell me. And there's parts where she says, I can't imagine life without you by my side.
So you go from that and then you say that.
Because I always did believe you and I. So it's like, it's about wanting to be loved. Like, whatever happened to the way you used to love me? Now all of a sudden, you're not loving me the right way. Like, when are we going to go back to the way it used to be?
Because everything's good in the beginning.
And then you change on me.
That flick of the switch over there.
That's what when Will You Love Me is.
Wow, yeah.
That's what it's
Mine's like about that as well. And then about like how people use me. And they use me for money. They try to, men especially, like I'm always like.
You're a giver, aren't you?
I'm a Cancer. I'm a giver sign.
You love gifting a lot.
I do. And that's a bad thing.
It is.
It's a good thing.
But it's not. I was just going to say that.
It's a good thing, but then when I'm doing it to the point where that person just wants that from me.
And becomes comfortable.
And like, and the person wants to be on the show so bad and all that, that's an issue for me. It's like,
you need somebody, and I know it's you interviewing me, but
no, I don't care. You can ask me questions all you want.
A lot of women, and I say it's because of our vulnerability.
Yes,
we have
nurturing
and a tendency of wanting to nurture. Like, I think being a giver too much is not good for us, because when we do that, we lose ourselves, because we want that done to us and we don't get that the way we want
100%.
it. So we're constantly giving and giving and giving for the affirmation of them being, oh, I love you. You're such a good girlfriend, or you're such a good wife.
It shouldn't be like that,
though. It shouldn't be that way, because after a while,
you resent that person.
You resent the person and you feel like, wait a minute. Am I raising another child?
Correct.
Or is this, like, am I babysitting someone? To have a man, a boyfriend, anyone be in your life, I think it's important for them to to not only nurture us as women, but to wine and dine us. Because you know what? It's
Yeah.
if I could give you love, and my affirmation of love is cooking for you, cleaning for you, buying you beautiful gifts, traveling with you. Let them be by our side. They don't have to always be in the limelight, and that's what they want. That's what you call somebody who's pretty much like a piggybacker, somebody who's just hanging on you. You know, it's a hang on you. Like, you don't need that.
Yeah, I know, and I have dealt with that pretty much a lot. And right now too.
Yeah.
So,
but you're learning, right?
I'm not learning because
But you will.
I'm trying to get off the cycle, like the roller coaster ride or the fucking bad Ferris wheel. But it's hard when, I don't really have too much family because, money's the root of all evil. I've done the most for, and they're like, you haven't done the most. All right, you want me to put you on the fucking salary? Like, then you're gonna love me? It's crazy what I've been through.
Yeah.
I'm literally writing a book right now. I'm not kidding. I'm like, literally the guy calls me all the time, a ghostwriter, and I'm writing a book about everything. It's insane what I've been through. So, but it sucks because I'm in this like, it's good that you have a great husband and everything, like, and you have.
Oh, it's not always easy, my friend.
Not saying it's perfect, but
it has really bad times.
But he stays out of the limelight, right? Or does he?
No, my husband was my manager. My husband's no longer my manager, and we chose to do that. You
Probably
do
better
your
off.
thing. No, because you know why? It was very bad. It had a tendency to ruin my marriage. And I do my own thing. He does his own thing.
Good.
I have people working with me that do consult with me. But the one thing that we have to learn is that we can love our family, be there for them, but we have to remember that they have to carry their own weight. And the problem with me was I was always the first one. I'll pay. I'll do it.
That's
you want to
me.
go? I got it.
That's me.
You do me a favor, but we lend, but they never pay back. But as for a boyfriend getting in the business, don't ever allow that. Don't ever allow that.
Well, I already did, and then
Don't
it's like then we broke up, and then he came back, and now it's like he's like, well, why can't I be like all the significant others on my show?
Because you need somebody else to do it. Well, listen,
I'm like, well, what do you want? Like, why do you want me to post you so bad? Because the last time I got bad taste in my mouth, you know what I'm saying?
No.
And he's like, well, I don't like that. Like, it's like, what are you trying to fucking hide me? I'm like, everyone knows I'm with you. Nobody knows. I'm like,
who's in the limelight, you or him?
I'm telling. That's what I'm saying. But this is the story of my fucking life.
But this is what you're gonna do, because I'm gonna give you advice.
Okay.
From one sister to another.
I love it. Thank you.
You cannot allow him to be in your career, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because once you allow a man to be in your career and run your career for you, you become someone that is dependent on him, and you're enabling him. You will ruin your marriage, you will ruin your relationship, and you know what? It'll become a business. But if you have someone in your life that's telling you, oh, you don't post me, I'm
like, I'm with you every day. What does it matter if I fucking post you?
And what happens if you don't have this tomorrow? Is he going to be able to take care of you?
I feel like a lot of men are like that, though.
Yeah, of course. Any man wants a woman that's successful, right, Dee?
But then it's funny that they can't handle women that are successful because they're
threatened.
They're threatened, yeah.
They're threatened, but you should feel good about that. Because if you're going to be a woman that's independent and self-sufficient, he should be more proud of you opposed to wanting to be part of it. Let him stand back and watch you succeed.
Yeah.
Because a real man would love a woman to succeed and progress, not want to be there and say, hey, involve me. I want to be on top. You know, you're already on top. If I'm making it, we're making it together.
Yeah.
And that's the reason.
And that's what
why
kind
you
of
have
gets
to
me a little bit
balance.
like where I don't really want to like do that for somebody anymore, because it's like it makes me sick, like the ick or whatever the new word out there. But yeah, it is what it is, you know.
But you're a beautiful girl. You should.
Thank you.
Don't even worry about that.
All right. So yeah, do you have anything else that you want to plug?
Just that I'm on tour, and that I have my social media that people can follow me on Instagram. It's official Brenda K Starr, and then on Facebook it's Brenda K Starr, and then my website is BrendaKStarr.com, www.BrendaKStarr.com, and just that I'm writing and I got great new music coming out, and I'm just excited for all the new music to come out. And
we should write a song together.
We will, for sure.
I'm not kidding. Like, I don't know why I just had that thought. Like,
I actually have something that I did want to mention. I have a new podcast that I just am getting ready to launch.
I want to come on yours.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's called Under the Stars with Brenda K Starr.
Amazing.
And it
so
also deals with music, health, beauty, cooking.
Love it.
It deals with the music industry, teaching people about opening their own labels, about me teaching voice, how I got into voice and working with the voice and a vocalogist.
Nice.
And it's basically just showing me in the studio, like something I told you, like taking someone in the studio and helping them create music.
I love that.
And I have special guests like Taylor Dane, Fat Joe, Lisa.
I hung out with him before. He's so cool.
Such a great guy.
Such a great guy.
I'm inviting a lot of people in the music industry as well, like Chris Brown, who's a music attorney.
He's nice. I met him 2 years ago.
Charlie Mack, who works with Will Smith.
Mack.
He's pretty much someone who's been consulting me. And I'm going to finally put out a podcast because I could just totally see myself doing something like that.
Awesome.
I want to make it like a talk show.
I'm gonna be a guest.
I got you.
And remember, Starr with 2 R's, right?
Starr with 2 R's. Starr.
You have to find her with 2 R's. And thank you so much for being here and being on the Hello podcast. I'm going on yours, and we're gonna work together. We're gonna make a record. Yes, we're gonna make a record. Thank you so much, my love.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you guys so much for watching Hello podcast, and stay tuned for the next one. I love you guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to Hello with me, Angelinas. As always, be sure to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review, and head over to patreon.com/AngelinaMTV for extended uncensored episodes where you can win fun goodies like signed headshots, note cards from our recordings. Follow us on Instagram at Hello Podcast for extra tea, and there's a lot of tea on there. Just letting you know, you guys are going to want to hear it. So follow me there. See you next time.